Daily Words of God. All of my people who serve before me should think back on the past. Was your love for me tainted by impurity? Was your loyalty to me pure and wholehearted? Was your knowledge of me true? How much of a place did I hold within your hearts? Did I fill their entirety? How much did my words accomplish within you? Don't take me for a fool. These things are perfectly clear to me. Today, as the voice of my salvation is uttered forth, has there been some increase in your love for me? Has part of your loyalty to me become pure? Has your knowledge of me deepened? Did the praise of the past lay a solid foundation for your knowledge today? How much of your inside is occupied by my Spirit? How much of a place does my image hold within you? Have my utterances struck you at your Achilles' heel? Do you truly feel that you have nowhere to hide your shame? Do you truly believe that you are unqualified to be my people? If you are completely oblivious to the questions above, then this shows that you are fishing in murky waters, that you are only there to make up the numbers, and at the time preordained by me, you will surely be eliminated and cast into the bottomless pit for a second time. These are my words of warning, and any who take them lightly will be struck by my judgment, and at the appointed time will be assailed by disaster. Is this not so? Do I still need to provide examples to illustrate this? Must I speak more plainly to provide a benchmark for you? From the time of creation until today, many people have disobeyed my words, and thus been cast out and eliminated from the flow of my restoration. Ultimately, their bodies perish, and their souls are cast into Hades. And even today, they are still subjected to grievous punishment. Many people have followed my words, but they have gone against my enlightenment and illumination, and have thus been kicked aside by me, falling under the domain of Satan and becoming those who oppose me. Today, all those who directly oppose me obey only the superficialities of my words and disobey the substance of my words. There have been many, too, who have merely listened to the words I spoke yesterday, who have held on to the junk of the past and not treasured the produce of the present day. These people have not only been taken captive by Satan, but have become eternal sinners and become my enemies, and they directly oppose me. Such people are the objects of my judgment at the height of my wrath, and today they are still blind, still within the dark dungeons, which is to say, such people are rotten, benumbed corpses that are controlled by Satan. Because their eyes have been veiled by me, I say that they are blind. It would be well to provide an example for your reference, so that you can learn from it. At the mention of Paul, you will think of his history, and of some of the stories about him that are inaccurate and out of line with reality. He was taught by his parents from a young age, and received my life. And as a result of my preordination, he was possessed of the caliber that I require. At the age of 19, he read various books about life. Thus, I do not need to go into detail about how, because of his caliber, and because of my enlightenment and illumination, he could not only speak with some insight about spiritual matters, but was also able to grasp my intentions. Of course, this does not exclude the combination of internal and external factors. Nevertheless, his one imperfection was that, because of his talents, he would often be glib and boastful. As a result, due to his disobedience, part of which directly represented the archangel, when I became flesh for the first time, he made every effort to defy me. He was one of those who do not know my words, and my place in his heart had already vanished. Such people directly oppose my divinity, and are struck down by me, and only bow down and confess their sins at the very end. Hence, after I had utilized his strong points, which is to say, after he had worked for me for a period of time, he once more fell into his old ways. And although he did not disobey my words directly, he disobeyed my inner guidance and enlightenment. And thus, all that he had done in the past was futile. In other words, the crown of glory he spoke of had become empty words, a product of his own imagination. For even today, he is still subjected to my judgment amid my bonds. From the example above, it can be seen that whoever opposes me, by opposing not only my fleshly self, but more importantly, my words and my spirit, which is to say, my divinity, receives my judgment in their flesh. When my spirit leaves you, you plummet downward, descending directly into Hades. And although your fleshly body is upon earth, you are like someone suffering from mental illness. You have lost your reason, and immediately feel as if you are a corpse, such that you beg me to terminate your flesh without delay. Most of you who are possessed of the Spirit have a deep appreciation of these circumstances, and I need not go into further detail. In the past, when I worked in normal humanity, most people had already measured themselves against my wrath and majesty, and already knew a little of my wisdom and disposition. Today, I speak and act directly in divinity. And there are still some people who will see my wrath and judgment with their own eyes. Moreover, the main work of the second part of the era of judgment is to make all of my people know my deeds in the flesh directly, and to make all of you behold my disposition directly. Yet because I am in the flesh, I am considerate of your weaknesses. My hope is that you do not treat your spirit, soul, and body as playthings, insouciantly dedicating them to Satan. It is better to treasure all that you have, and to not treat it like a game, for such things relate to your fate. Are you really able to understand the true meaning of my words? Are you really capable of being considerate of my true feelings? Are you willing to enjoy my blessings on earth, blessings that are akin to those in heaven? Are you willing to treat the understanding of me, and the enjoyment of my words, and the knowledge of me, as the most valuable and meaningful things in your life? Are you truly able to fully submit to me, without thought to your own prospects? Are you truly able to allow yourselves to be put to death by me, and led by me like a sheep? Are there any among you capable of achieving such things? Could it be that all who are accepted by me and receive my promises are the ones who gain my blessings? Have you understood anything from these words? If I test you, can you truly put yourselves at my mercy, and, in the midst of these trials, search for my intentions and perceive my heart? I do not wish for you to be able to speak many touching words, or tell many exciting stories. Rather, I ask that you are able to bear fine testimony to me, and that you can fully and deeply enter into reality. If I did not speak directly, could you forsake everything around you and allow yourself to be used by me? Is this not the reality that I require? Who is able to grasp the meaning in my words? Yet I ask that you no longer be weighed down by misgivings, that you be proactive in your entry and grasp the substance of my words. This will prevent you misunderstanding my words and being unclear as to my meaning, and thus violating my administrative decrees. I hope that you grasp my intentions for you in my words. Think no more of your own prospects, and act as you have resolved before me that all should be at the mercy of God. All of those who stand within my household should do as much as they possibly can. You should offer the best of yourself to the last section of my work on earth. Are you truly willing to put such things into practice?